when it came to Jimmy Garoppolo and the win-loss record, how many people told us you can't look at that? Quarterbacks don't win and lose games. Teams do. And you pointed this out to me, and it took me a while to come around to it. How many games did they win without Debo? How many games did they win without Kittle? How many games did they win without Bosa?
Their record,
with
Debo, basically with Debo and Nick Bosa, their record is better than whatever the Jimmy Garoppolo record is, and that's indictment how deep those two players go for this team.
So when I look at quarterback, you brought up Justin Fields 2-8.
2-8.
We all know. What about the team around him?
Oh, they're terrible. Bonte had 36 sacks in 10 games.
So how's that? So now we're looking at his record like, oh my gosh, he's 2-8. He lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. Just Fields looked great that game.
I like Fields.
He looked great that game.
Yeah.
Against the Niners. He gave the Niners all they could handle.
Yeah, he had a really nice run in that game.
Really nice run.
Where he ran all the way around the field.
Passed the ball
back
really
around.
well.
Yeah, he did.
Justin Fields played well. So these records, I'm over quarterback records now. I'm done with them.
But doesn't it matter for Niner fans?
I don't know why.
Because they were in the NFC Championship game. That's why. They're not the Jaguars.
Listen, this is why I don't care about it anymore.
Okay.
Because for 5 months this offseason, it did not matter when it came to Jimmy Garoppolo one-loss record. I bring that up, you snap at me. I bring that up, Twitter gets after me. You love Jimmy G and you're a cheerleader. Yeah. So quarterback records, I'm not doing it. I'm doing team win-loss records.
Okay.
Because you look at Trevor Lawrence, that situation with Urban Meyer.
It's a disaster.
Zach Wilson hurt. Jets, they sucked last year.
Yeah.
They stunk. So, and plus rookie quarterbacks, where do they get drafted? Normally, they get drafted to bad football teams.
Yeah.
Terrible football teams. Trey Lance is fortunate. He got drafted to the Niners, who has a Super Bowl roster. So the whole quarterback one-loss record, I'm over that because how many games did Jimmy really win on his right arm? All right, he won the Arizona game. They were down 16-0. I'll give him that one. I give him the Halloween game against Arizona in 2019. I give him the Seattle game, Week 17, where he goes 18 for 22 for 285.
The New Orleans game?
The New Orleans game. He played really well there. There's a handful of games where Jimmy did not win.
Yeah.
The playoffs, right? Everybody says.
Can we do that with every quarterback?
We should. We should look at every quarterback. Like Mahomes, you want to look at his one-loss record? Because Mahomes is out there carrying the Kansas City Chiefs. He's out there throwing the ball 40 times.
And same with Josh Allen, even though they've had a very good defense throughout his tenure there.
Right. So, like, the whole quarterback win-loss thing, like we watched Jimmy Garoppolo in the playoffs, for example. I was in Jerry's world. I'm sitting there. I was about to throw up on myself. When Jimmy missed Ayuk on the post corner route, and he threw the interception, and then I got the alert that Draymond Green had a back injury. He's going to be out indefinitely. I said, damn, the sky's falling on me. Why am I talking trash? Why do I deserve this? Jimmy went to the finish line in all 3 of those playoff games. So anybody want to come here and say, well, Jimmy was 2-1 last year to play? No. The 49ers were 2-1. Jimmy did not do anything to carry that team. If anybody carried the 49ers, it was Deebo Samuel. And that's why you bring in Trey, because you hope that Debo doesn't have to carry your offense down the stretch. You hope you get a quarterback who can say, you know what, on 3rd and 8, we need a first down to seal the game. We're not going to run the football. We're going to put it in Trey's hands. How many times did Debo Samuel ran the ball against Green Bay? We had Rob Guerrero on Stats on Fire, and he broke it all down, and he was right.
Oh.
Slow starts. We'll get to sound from Rob Guerrero. I want to play this out for you on the other side with Rob Guerrero. He brought up something that was very intriguing when it came to Jimmy Garoppolo last season. But that's my red on win-loss records. I'm over it.
Okay.
I'm over it.
No, that's fine.
Long-winded there, but I'm over it.
No. I think it's an interesting point, and it's something that we look at as fans because ultimately we just want to win. Like I know we all want to have Mahomes where he's got a zillion touchdowns and he's throwing the ball all over the yard. But like the most important thing is winning. And part of why Jimmy is so beloved, we don't look at his numbers. Nobody's like, oh, Jimmy throws for 40 touchdowns. No, it's the team won when he was under center, and they went far in the playoffs. Whether it's because of him, whether he's a part of the reason, or whether he has no bearing whatsoever, people associate Jimmy with winning.
Let me ask you something. Does it feel like Jimmy has gotten more support now that he's restructured his deal to taking a backup job than he ever has in his 49ers tenure? Because it feels like to me, For 6 months, we've been bashing Jimmy. Jimmy, get him out of here. Get him out of the locker room. Get him here. Move on from Jimmy.
Are we two in the? I think we're two in the weeds.
No,
especially the two of us.
Shasky, we're in the weeds, but it feels like he's gotten more support over the last week than he's ever had as a 49er.
It's interesting because I don't, maybe I was just not listening to the support from Jimmy Garoppolo. I know that the Jimmy fans have always been very vocal. I was going to go in the other direction, though, B. And I was going to go, it feels like now everybody is underselling Trey Lance to the point where I'm really expecting him to pop on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like now I feel like we've overcorrected on the Trey Lance thing. There was so much hype building into this year for Trey. Now we've gone in the total opposite direction, and I feel like the pendulum swung a little too far, and now we're underrating where Trey Lance is.
Yeah,
but it's also been the longest offseason ever.
Ever. Number 10 still on the sideline.
We're not even talking about the guy who was their best player offensively last year.
Deebo Samuel.
We haven't even talked about him.
We haven't brought up George Kittle as one of the best tight ends in all of football.
Do you know that he's going up for something? I saw this from Splash Elliott. Did you see this?
No.
From Jordan Elliott. He put this out. Kittle needs 65 receptions to be the sixth tight end ever with 400 receptions in his first 6 seasons.
And we haven't brought up George Kittle once this offseason.
He was on with Richard Sherman over the
it was
weekend,
great. Oh,
the Volume podcast.
It was awesome.
It was fantastic.
It was awesome.
And he was talking about Nick Bosa and just the offense as a whole. And it does feel like Kittle's flying under the radar.
A bunch of psychopaths.
Here's the sound. Rob Guerrera, Stats on Fire, Niners Nation. And I did not realize this. We touched on it last season as we were in the weeds and going through the season. But listen to this about slow starts. And this is where I want to get to Trey Lance.
Okay.
Getting off to faster starts. Here's what Rob Guerrera had to say about the Niners' slow starts last season.
The 49ers last year did not come out like gangbusters, guys. There was 11 times last year, including the playoffs, where they scored 10 points or fewer in the first half of games, including 6 in the first 8 games. Yeah. They came out and they were not lighting it up on the scoreboard with Jimmy Garoppolo. And if Trey Lance does that this year, he's going to get replaced, which is totally unfair.
Now,
that's interesting.
Let's not focus on the latter part because I don't want to get into when is Trey. You know, Peter King said that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to replace Trey by week 7. Whatever. We'll see how it plays out. But the slow starts. Is Trey going to get that same benefit of the doubt? Because I think that's going to be the benefit for Trey Lance. Starting off fast and getting leads and not scoring 10 or less points, but having 17 on the board, having 20 on the board, saying, hey, we're up 10 at the half. Let's put our foot on our necks in the third quarter and go on and win happy.
I'm not
we
sure.
Forget about those slow starts.
I'm not sure what to attribute those slow starts last year to. I don't think you can pinpoint it all on Jimmy.
It's not all on Jimmy.
But it is a hallmark of not just Shanahan, but the 49ers when they've been rolling under certain coaches, whether it's Seifert, Mooch, whomever, Harbaugh, Bill Walsh. Having those first couple of drives score points for you is the hallmark of great teams.
No doubt.
That means they're buttoned up, they're prepared, they have great schematics. So that worries me. Is that a Shanahan thing?
I don't know.
Or have teams adjusted to them?
I don't know. He schemes up those first 12 plays, 13 plays, or it's been 30. I don't know.
But then you can go the other direction and say, hey, they're adjusting in the second half.
They are.
Which is another hallmark of great teams.
But they also haven't had too many fourth quarter rallies under Shanahan. That's another thing.
Well,
we'll get into
he had 9 fourth quarter comebacks in his 49er career. 9, Jimmy Garoppolo. Whether that's him, the defense, whatever, he gets credit for that as the quarterback.
All right. Wow, you're so pro Jimmy today.
I was just looking at all the quarterbacks around the league and the numbers.
I'm surprised at how well you're complimenting him today. You've come around, but
it's Trey's time.
Vacations helped you. It's refreshed him, man. You're giving Tim his flowers. About time. I missed you, Shasky.
I know you